sitting here on the crest of a wave. Bradford City have been one of the stories of the EF Voltamada amongst those held in reserve. Wembley hero Dan Burn is given the night off. Bradford City make 5 changes themselves to the side that won at Cardiff on Saturday to go top of League One. A long record run of Premier League successive starts ended against Bournemouth at the weekend. Back in today, and for Bradford, well, we are off and underway at St James's Park then. What an opportunity for Bradford City.
It brought all these Newcastle fans. Why wouldn't you give your strongest side the chance to go again?
There's Bradford City, though, on the front foot straight away, and it comes for Brad Halliday to call Ramsdale into early action on debut. Halliday a scorer at Stoke City in the previous round.
Yeah, fast start from Bradford. It's Humphreys who just slides the ball across. Fortuitously, in the end, ends up at Halliday. Bruno Guimaraes and Joe Linton are picking up inside, causing difficulties already.
Joe Linton once more in the thick of things. It breaks back his way, and he belts it just off target. His first glimpse of goal of the game.
Yeah, picked up a lovely little pocket of space, Joe Linton. You can see he's in a good area where he can move the ball forward, gets the return a bit fortuitous. Again, the way it falls in from Gordon. He's disappointed with the strike. That's a good opportunity, only just outside the box on his favoured right foot. He can't keep the ball down. Been a short start, but they're going to need to hit the ground running to really start to force Newcastle up the table.
Advance up the pitch here before the...
Anthony Elanga's first real touch of the ball. He's direct, actually loses control of it for a slight moment there, tries to take it on his right foot, misses it.
On himself. Does deliver instead, and it's well dealt with. Humphreys' header.
Very considered in what he does, apart from that moment there.
Nick Powell winning it well for Bradford City, and then going down. The referee lets it go because they still have it, with Poynton dancing his way through and calling Ramsdale into action.
Gets brought down by Miley as he recovers, but Poynton, he doesn't want the foul, he wants to get on with the game, and he's direct. Just tries to bend on into that far corner. Botman gets a little touch on it. Looks like it's taking it wide. Ramsdale doesn't know, has to get a...
Bruno Guimaraes again. Kraft to Elanga. Miley. Bruno Guimaraes. And Anthony Gordon. Joe Linton reacts wonderfully when it came his way. And he more than made the most of it. Joe Linton sticks away the game's opening goal, his first goal of the season. And Newcastle United hit the front as the Carabao Cup holders get their defence started.
A fabulous spell of football from Newcastle, the quickest they've moved the ball so far this evening, in particular midfield three, moving on 1 or 2 touch just to create the overloads. As it comes back into centre pitch, it's Miley, picks up a clever position, moves it to Bruno quickly, and Gordon gets his shot away. Halliday's there for the block. And when it arrives at Joe Linton's feet, he's got an awful lot to do. Everyone's expecting him to take the shot really quickly, but he has 3 touches, stops it, moves it, gets his head up, and then just guides it into that bottom corner. Fabulous finish from Joe Linton. No chance for Sam Walker in the Bradford goal.
Sula doubles the lead, just like that. 2 quick-fire goals for Newcastle United, who are enjoying themselves already. And Will Osula is equally smart in front of goal. Took his chance well. And this is a super showing early on from Newcastle.
Yeah, the opening goal has injected some real confidence into the team in black and white. And it is just majestic from Bruno Guimaraes. Receives the ball on his back foot. And with his next touch, a pinpoint pass into the stride of Osula. Once he gets in there, he needs to remain calm and composed. He does both of those things. Slides it under Sam Walker. Terrific goal again from Newcastle.
Another
helping them.
Oh, here they come again. Anthony Elanga for Newcastle. Support from Gordon. Not quite this time. He's claiming the corner. He is going to get it. He'll take a nick. And it is all Newcastle. Phil Parkinson, of course, at the time. Anthony Elanga for Newcastle. Found himself surrounded, but he picks out Osula, and he nearly scored again. He would have done but for some smart reactions from Sam Walker.
It's fired into the feet of Elanga. He picks his pass to Asula. He doesn't do a lot wrong, the striker. Shifts it quickly onto his left foot. Off balance his defender.
Since before that, broken into the England squad. Another chase on for Will Asula. Oh, and he's done beautifully here and then tried to squeeze it in from an improbable angle. By the time he was able to get the shot away, Walker does enough to deny him, but Will Asula is determined to seize his chance tonight.
Yeah, they decide to go a little bit more aggressive. Bradford push into the midfielders, but that just opens up the channel. Leaves take off, and you can feel that momentum building this season.
Bruno Guimaraes going to take the shot on here. Again, plenty of power in the Brazilian's right boot, but not quite the accuracy.
Yeah, it just goes for pure ferocity, doesn't he? Knocks it out of his feet, tries to get everything behind it, tries to get it moving, which he does. You can see the swerve on the ball as he knuckles it towards the goal, but just too high to trouble Sam Walker.
Newcastle have got bodies back behind the ball again to try and undo the damage. Whipped in more threateningly by Max Power, and there will be...
Quickly, Newcastle are out their shape. When they win it back, can they really drive that defence?
For Bradford City after that, but they have ensured that they remain 2 behind and no more, as the teams head for the title management for the first time at Fleetwood. It's a good ball for Bruno Guimaraes. Neatly into his path. Options now as he brings it under his spell and finds Joelinton, picks the pass. Joelinton finds the finish and surely wraps up the game with his second and Newcastle's third. They did precisely pick a way through, and that should do it with round 4 beckoning for the Carabao Cup holders. Lovely goal.
Game, set and match to Newcastle as Bradford's resilience in this second half is broken. And once again, it's a well-orchestrated Newcastle goal. Moving the ball quickly, running off the ball. Guimaraes once again, the provider, the creator. Beautifully weighted pass into the path of Joelinton. And once again, like his first goal, he doesn't rush his finish. He takes that first touch just to control himself, and then he slides it past the despairing Sam Walker, who's done his very best to keep Newcastle at bay this evening. But this is a smart finish from Joelinton to make it 3.
He's enjoying himself tonight. He had to wait until tonight for his first goal of the calendar year, and now yet Asula on the move. It breaks for Voltemar. Guimaraes in behind him, and just as he prodded home what he felt would be the 4th, Sam Walker is there to stop him.
Yeah, liquid football from the Magpies. Asula and Voltemar linking up, but the touch from Joelinton is excellent. And then you just expect Bruno Guimaraes to score.
I think Bruno Guimaraes expected to score, didn't he? From there. Back come Bradford. Have they got anything in these last dozen minutes now? And it does break for Cook. Oh, incredible! What a moment! Realising a childhood dream, the boyhood Geordie bangs one in for Bradford City. It might not matter too much in the overall context of this cup tie, but how that matters to Andy Cook and indeed to those Bradford City supporters. Playing on the St James's stage that he's dreamed of doing his whole career, and he comes up with a moment to savour.
Yeah, heartwarming moment. They keep the attack alive, but then it's a moment of magic after that technical quality as he fires it off the crossbar, down into the ground, into the roof of the net. A sight that all strikers love to see. A terrific hit, and what a moment for the Geordie as he gets, it might be a consolation goal, but it's a big goal for that man there.
Well, he had tickets for the final to watch Newcastle at Wembley in March, and he had to forfeit them because he had surgery on the knee. And Miley, Voltemar, Barnes again, and Asula arriving to touch it in on the line. Newcastle turning on the style at the finish. Barnes and Osula combine to swiftly restore that 3-goal cushion. They are heading through to round 4 with 4 goals tonight.
Yeah, once again, so quick in and around the box, and the pass from Barnes really is wonderful across the face of that Newcastle goal. Tyreek right on the back post of Bradford really is in trouble. They're going to score an own goal or hopefully try and put Osula off, and Osula doesn't go for it, gets himself on the end, coming in from that right hand side, gets his second of the night. It is all about the ball from